Hi everyone, so I wanted to make a workout video that you can do at home without equipment. I know I'm a little bit late to the game on this, but I have been working regularly and it's a little tough with Wes to get some videos done. But finally I was able to do some exercise videos, so hopefully this helps some of you to be able to get some, get some exercise in. You don't need equipment, just using your body weight. If you're a beginner, that's great. You can still do this and do it at your own pace. If you are a little bit more intermediate, you can add weight if you have weight at home. So lots of different ways to do this. Like I said, full body. We're going to do big muscle groups in these exercises, a lot of core as well. Going to start with a little bit of a dynamic warm-up and of course stretching at the end. So we will jump right in. To warm up a little bit, I always like to start with some heel raises. I always like to point out, if you have any kind of pain, chest pain, dizziness, short of breath, make sure you stop exercising. Those of you who are new to exercise, if something doesn't quite feel right, then definitely stop the specific exercise. It's okay for exercises and stretches to be a little uncomfortable, a little bit tough, but you don't want to feel sharp pain anywhere. So bringing up those knees nice and high. When we're standing and doing exercises, you want to focus on your posture too. So we want to make sure we have that chest up, open, those shoulders down and back. Want to make sure your chin's level with the floor. All right, kick those legs back. So warming up, we want it to be dynamic. We want to move through here, get full range of motion, get the joints, the muscles moving. Just little things like some ankle circles, switching directions. All right, I like to get a little bit of a stretch in the beginning. Really trying to move through anything that feels good. I like to bend the knees, roll it up. Big reach side to side. Hopefully I move at a speed that's good for you so you can just kind of keep up with the video. But of course, like I said, if you're a beginner, don't worry. If you can't keep up, pause when you need to, pause the video when you need to. Okay, good. So we're gonna get a nice deep squat, reach it down to the floor, reach it up. When you squat, keep the weight in your heels, let your bottom come down and back. Deep breaths, as always. Always want to take deep breaths. Nice, one more. Okay, shaking it out again. All right, so get a little bit of a twist in the torso. Reach it up and over. You can get a little pivot in the back foot. Always important to warm up. Sometimes I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I will skip a warm up and kind of jump right in, which is not good. A lot of people tend to skip their warm ups. All right. Good. Shaking out the arms, cross over under. You might notice I tend to pace a little bit, or in between exercises I pace. And that is just to kind of keep it moving. I don't like to just stand still. Big arm circles going back. Full range of motion here. Arm circles forward. All right, stretching out the neck side to side. I usually try to avoid big circles in the neck. I usually kind of do like half circles, side to side, up and down. Do it slowly, don't make yourself dizzy. Just half circles. Okay, all right, so typically what I like to do when a workout strength-based is a circuit. I really like the style of circuit training. So those of you who don't know, circuits typically, you do a few exercises, maybe like 4 to 6 exercises, take a little bit longer break at the end, and then go through it again. So you can take some short breaks in between, but that idea of the circuit is to kind of keep the heart rate up, keep it moving in between each exercise. It doesn't mean do the exercises fast, it just means exercise, maybe a quick break, and then go to the next exercise. So like I said, I'm gonna do large muscle groups, which large muscle groups are usually lower body and abs, but we will get some arms in there as well. And we're gonna get started. So let's just do regular squat, all right? So show you from the side as we sit back. Make sure those feet are at least hip width, maybe wider. Keep those heels glued to the ground. Keep the chest up. We don't want to start leaning forward, so chest up. Try to get as low as you can, at least parallel to the floor. Bottom comes down and back. Biggest thing, like I said, keep those heels on the floor. So I usually try to aim for 10 repetitions. I probably did a little extra there because I was talking, but do those 10 repetitions. Get ready, we're gonna do upper body, try to alternate here. So I always like doing push-ups, really good upper body exercise, get a lot of muscles here. Ideally, if you need to do a modified push-up, use a piece of furniture, maybe use the stairs and make your body nice and straight. So if I were to use this one, kind of can see me from the back, but my body's straight and I'm bringing my chest to the edge of that furniture. If you have to use your knees, I want you to kind of pivot on your knees and I want your hands directly under your shoulders and kind of go at an angle on the knees. Try to pivot. So still keep the belly pulled in tight and bring that chest down to the floor. So if you look, my head is in line with my spine. I'm not kind of dipping like this. Head in line with your spine, pivot on those knees, let your chest come down to the floor, belly pulled in tight. Try to get 10. I'm gonna do my regular push-up here. Keep that head in line with the spine. Don't let that head dip down. Belly pulled in tight. We should be at about 10 by now. Take a break. Since we are on the floor, we are gonna do more for the legs here. A little bit more for the arms as well. One of my favorites, getting in the hips, really helps with hip flexibility, but a lot of core, a lot of legs here. So in a plank position, hands are right under the shoulders. I call these like Spider-Man lunges. There's different names for them. But hands right under the shoulders, right under the chest. Keep the fingers spread wide. You're in that plank position. The idea is to bring that foot as high as you can. So I'm bringing the knee pretty much to my shoulder. Foot is flat next to my hands. If you're not that flexible and you can just kind of tap like that, that's fine. So go ahead, take a deep breath. Let's try to get 5 each leg, okay? If you're advanced and you want to get more each leg, that's fine. Remember, hands under the shoulders, head in line with that spine. Don't let that head dip down. Ready, nice strong plank. Big lunge here. Really get into the hips. Good, keep it up, deep breaths. We're already at 3, 4, and 5. Great job. Bring it up. Deep breaths. All right, let's stand it up. Gonna get into those legs again. Keep those arms moving. We're gonna do a lateral lunge. All right, so I like to kind of make it a cardio move as we do the lateral lunge, where I kind of keep the arms swinging and go side to side. The key with this one is only bend in the side that you're stepping with. So if you look at me from the side when I step, I'm still letting my butt come back almost like a squat, big bend. When you step back up, kick off with this foot to come back in. Do not use too much of this leg. So using this leg, kicking off with this foot, gonna go to this leg. All the weight is in that leg when you're stepping. So the one that is stepping is in charge. We're gonna try to get 10 each leg here. Keep the chest up, keep the chin up, deep breaths. You got it, nice job. If you're counting, you might notice you're not gonna count the same as I am because I'm talking a lot, so I probably won't have the proper count. Another tip I wanna give you is keep those toes facing forward. Really kick off, really kind of squeeze the bottom on the side of the leg that you're stepping. The other leg's just kind of straight. All right, take a break, kick it out. Deep breaths. I'm already feeling pretty warm. Let's get upper body again. I really like dips for the triceps. So like I said, if you have a smaller piece of furniture around, this one's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't just do some of these exercises on any piece of furniture, but this one's pretty sturdy, so I'll just show you real quick. Your dips, you wanna step your bottom, your feet away from your hands. Keep the hands on either side of your hips here. Bending in your elbows, keeping your chin up. Trying not to go too far, but all that work is in the arms. Try to get at least 10. That's always what I'm gonna aim for. If you wanna do extra, if you need to stop before 10, that's totally fine. All right, up. Take some deep breaths, maybe a quick sip of water. I always like to keep water handy. You're gonna stay nice and hydrated. All right. Just check, okay. I'm always afraid I'm not gonna actually hit record. All right, let's do just some legs again here. So we are going to do a lunge. I know a lot of people don't like lunges too much, but still really great exercise. You don't have to touch your knee to the floor. Any variation of the lunge works. I'm gonna alternate just to kind of really keep it moving, and I might add a little twist to add in some core and add in the arms. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step. When you step, you're on those back toes, dropping it down. You don't have to touch the knee to the floor. If you can only bend here, that's great. Again, keep up good posture, looking straight ahead. Like I said, I'm gonna add in some coordination. If you wanna just do the lunge, then just do the lunge. But I'm gonna add in some coordination where I punch across the body, come in, step, and go across the body again. So I'm gonna try to get 10 each leg. You can do it. Already at 3. Awesome job. 8, 9, 10. Okay, take a break. One more just for the upper body. So really good for the shoulders. You're gonna kind of get into like downward dog position and do a press that way. So it's not a push-up. You're kind of doing a press in a little bit of an inverted position here. So what you do is you drop your head towards the ground and come back up. Might feel a little goofy, might not feel quite right. You might not be able to get too low, but I promise you, you are gonna feel it in those shoulders. Again, if you can get to 10, that's great. All right, bring it down. Let's get a little restorative stretch in between before we do the second round of the circuit. So just for purposes of time, we will do just 2 rounds through the circuit here. Feel free to pause it, do a 3rd round, or replay it again. You can do, usually for strength, 2 to 4 sets, so 2 to 4 rounds through the strength circuit is ideal. But today we're just gonna do 2, and then we'll move on to like some straight abs. All right. So a little bit less explaining this time. I'm gonna go right through, try to keep that heart rate up. Like I said, pause it when you need to. So we did quite a few exercises in that circuit. Let's go straight through again. So starting with our squat. I showed you from the side before, gonna show you from the front. Keep that weight in those heels. Get 10 good squats, nice and low. Chin up, chest up, deep breaths. A lot of people think you need, good, last one. A lot of people think you need a lot of equipment to get a good workout. You can get a really good workout with just your body weight like this, okay? All right, so let's do our second one. I think that was a push-up. Again, find what works for you for the push-up. I'm gonna do my regular one. If you're doing those knees, make sure you're at an angle, don't dip too low, holding at an angle there, okay? I'm gonna do my regular one, ready, and 10 if you can. Don't let that head dip down. Deep breaths. You can do it, nice strong abs as well. Good job. Catch your breath. Get ready, number 3. Remember we're doing those Spider-Man lunges. Focus on good range of motion. Big step with those feet. So get in that plank pose, hands under the shoulders, always check in with where your hands are. Hold that plank, big step, 5 each leg. Really get into those hips. Nice job, you're doing it, doing great, as long as you're keeping up. If you need to stop sooner, that's fine. As long as you're doing something. 1 more each leg. All right, bringing it up. Catch that breath, feel that heart rate, that means you're getting cardio. So if that heart rate's elevated the whole time, you're getting cardio while you're getting strength. A lot of people think you have to go for a run, bike ride, whatever, but you can hear I'm out of breath because I'm talking. But while you're exercising, doing strength, keeping it moving, that heart rate's up, you're still getting cardiovascular benefits. All right, lateral lunge, keeping those arms moving. Remember, only the one that's stepping is doing all the work. So don't bend that other leg. Keep those toes facing forward. Don't let that leg go wherever it wants. Getting 10 each leg, keep it moving. Nice and low, you can do it. No cheating here, keep that butt low, keep it back, keep that chest up. I lost count, probably 1 more each leg. All right, walk it off, catch your breath. We got this, almost done in this circuit. All right, those shoulders, where were we? Yep, shoulders and then regular lunge. So like I said, kind of you can start in a plank, walk it back to like a downward dog position. You can keep your knees maybe like a little bit bent and drop the head towards the mat. So bending in the elbows, almost like a push-up, but your head is facing straight down towards the mat to get a lot of work in those shoulders. 1 more. All right. Back up. Oh, I know what we forgot was the dips, so we will get back to those. All right, lunges. So, like I said, alternating. If that was too quick for you before, just do 1 leg. Just kind of do 5 to 10 one leg, and then do the other leg. Like I said, I made it more challenging for myself. I added in kind of like a punch or like an elbow, little twist, and worked the core here. So, whatever works for you, 10 each leg, do whatever pace works for you, because this one can throw off your balance. So if you're trying to keep up with me and you keep losing your balance, slow it down, pause it. Just do 10 each leg. We're doing it together. I know it's not a live video, but still working together here. We're halfway through. You got this. Almost done. I got one more each leg. All right, let's finish it off with those dips. Let's get them done. Whatever piece of furniture you can do it on. You can technically do it on the floor, but a lot of times you don't quite feel like you're getting enough work. All right, good. So get some water, catch your breath. Then we will come down to the mat to do some more straight core exercises. Then we'll stretch. Let's see. What way do I want to face you? Okay, so let's face, we'll start on our backs here. Your arms might feel a little bit like jello, so we will return to like plank poses in a little bit, but we'll start on our backs. So what I want you to do is lay flat. I'm all for doing some little stretches in between your ab exercises to kind of maximize your efficiency. Give yourself a little break between each one. You don't have to suffer through ab exercises. You'll notice I don't do regular crunches and sit-ups. I might do like one set of them, but lots of other stuff you can do instead. So first one, dead bugs. What you're gonna do for dead bugs, feet come up, 90-degree angle in the knees. If you have back problems, you might have some trouble with the feet in the air, but we're gonna try our best here. So 90-degree angle in the knees the whole time, fingertips are facing the ceiling. You're going to stretch out one leg and reach the other arm back. So we're doing our opposites here, and then the other side. The key is to take your time, because then you're gonna really challenge these abdominal muscles. Like I said, try to get 10 each combination, each side here. Deep breaths. I am at about 8. All right, good. Hug the knees in. Maybe iron out some knots in the low back. A little bit of side-to-side motion here. I like to really incorporate some yoga moves in between things and also at the end. All right, feet down, let's do a bridge. So keep those feet about hip width apart, keep those hips up, squeezing those glutes. Deep breaths. And you're gonna slowly bring each vertebrae down to the mat, very slowly. All right, nice job. Okay, next one of my favorites. We're gonna tuck in, so hug the knees, and then we're going to extend. Again, take your time extending, really hug into a tight ball. If you have back problems or this is tough for you to extend both legs, you can do one leg at a time, or you can bring the legs all the way down. You can keep your head on the floor, so different versions here, okay? So we're gonna hug in, we're gonna extend all the way out, so kind of like a hollow hold, extending and pausing. 10 of these if you can. So like I said, if this is tough, you can bring your head down onto the mat the whole time. Each time you bring your legs out, you can bring your feet down and then back in. So different ways to do it. Last one. All right, good. This time extend all the way out, take some breath. Bring the feet up, do some windshield wipers, give your back a little break. All right. Bring it in here. Okay, one of my favorites is, I call it a V-up, but I'm only doing opposite sides here. So straightening the legs, kind of making them a little bit wider so you're anchored onto the mat. I'm gonna start with my right arm and I'm gonna do a V-up to reach to my left leg and back down. Easier version would be just to kind of half crunch and touch the knee, but try to do that V up. Keep that other arm alongside your body so you can just kind of pivot on the elbow, but using your abs to pull yourself up. Get as many as you can, trying to get 10. I've got one more. Good, let's go right to the other side. Left arm, right leg. Pulling it up. Almost there. I've got 3 more. 2, 1. All right. Good. Get a little stretch here. Low back stretch. Cross that leg over. Keep the shoulders on the mat. Deep breaths. We're going to get obliques. So rolling it to the side. We're going to do 2 things while we're on this side here. We're going to do a side plank and then a side crunch. So side plank, easy version is keeping the knee on the floor. Hard version is straightening those legs and taking that knee off the floor. So I'm going to do the harder version, but do what works for you. Make sure elbow is under the shoulder, not sinking in. Keep some good posture here, okay? So holding this about 10 seconds. Keep that elbow right under that shoulder. No sinking. Deep breaths. Even though you're holding a plank, we don't want to be holding the breath. Once you get your 10 seconds, I didn't put my watch on, so I'm gonna say that was 10. Do 10 dips here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. We are gonna work this side now. This one is a little tricky for people. Where the easy version is crunching like this, but ideally you want to try to pivot on the hip and bring upper body to lower body. So lay your arm across your body here so you can pivot on the elbow and the hip, and you can either cross the legs or keep them together. Crunching upper body to lower body. Like I said, if you want to just do the top leg to the elbow, you can do that. Try to get at least 10. I've got about 2 more. All right. So since we started, since we just ended with this side by doing the crunch, we're actually going to start with the crunch on this side. So, like I said, line that arm up next to your body, slight bend in the knees, crunch upper body to lower body. Using these muscles here, using those obliques. Don't pull on your head, don't pull on your neck. Good, about 10. Last one. All right. Now we'll do that side plank on this side. Like I said, get set up so that elbow's right under the shoulder. You can do knees on the floor and hold the plank. Harder version, the knees are coming up. Holding that plank about 10 seconds. Make sure we're not leaning forward at all either. Keeping that elbow back. And then do those 10 dips. Eight, 9, 10. Good. All right. A little bug crawling on my floor. Okay. Hands and knees here. We're gonna do bird dog. So almost kind of opposite of dead bug. Still doing the opposite arm and legs. Now we're kind of in like that plank position or tabletop position. Again, always remember when you're doing a plank or anything like this, don't let that head come down. Keep the crown of your head in line with your spine. Hands under the shoulders. So we're going to first pick up, let's start with our left leg. Kick through that heel, bring it about the level of your hips, and right arm comes out. Different things you can do. You can just hold this the whole time. You can bring it up and down. I'm gonna do the hardest version. I'm gonna crunch together. So do what works for you. Get either a 10-second hold or 10 repetitions. Like I said, that's always a good number to start with. Good. Deep breaths. Reposition if you need to. Start with that right leg now. Get your balance, left arm. If you want to just hold this the whole time, if you want to just bring up and down, you can do that. I'm going to do the crunch. Deep breaths. Last one. All right. Give your wrists a little bit of a break. Take a little recovery here. We haven't taken a water break in a little bit. Okay, some other good ones in the plank position here. We are going to get up to this full plank. We're going to reach across and tap the opposite knee. So tap that opposite knee, switch. Try to get 10 each leg. Really have to engage those abs, using a lot of the lower abs to keep yourself steady. Trying to get 10, like I said, but do your best. Last one. All right. Give the wrists a break. There are a lot that I can give you, but I think today I'm going to call it. We're going to stretch. Don't want to torture you too much, give you too much to do. So let's bring it up to a downward dog. So head between the shoulders, feet about hip width apart, legs are straight, but you can pedal the legs here, bend the knee one at a time, stretch those legs a little more. Let's drop the knees down, come into that restorative stretch, child's pose. You want to stretch those arms, really reach it forward. Different ways to do it. You can make the knees wider and stretch those hips, which feels really good. You can just rest your head in your hands. Just make sure your bottom comes back towards your feet. If you would like to get a stretch in the upper back, you can bring those knees together again and then rest the arms on either side of your legs. Coming back up, let's go back to that downward dog and then walk it through. So you're in a forward fold, good stretch in the hamstrings. Bend both knees, roll it up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Give yourself a stretch behind the back. Again, I usually actually like to spend a lot of time stretching, but I'll just make it a quick stretch routine today to cool it down. Bend the arms, bring it in. You can hug yourself nice and tight. Tuck the chin in, but still stand up straight. Switch directions. Reach it out. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. I hope it was a good full body workout. There's lots that you can do with equipment, but that was a good way to get a lot of muscle groups without any equipment. So thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.